Hello. Today we're going to be ranking some of the most high-profile deaths on Survivability. Would I survive? Now we got 5 tiers here. Tier number 1, light work. Tier number 2, just a scratch. Tier number 3, 2-week recovery. Tier number 4, debilitated. And finally, tier 5, which is no longer alive. First up, we have the one, the only, General Gaddafi. Muammar Gaddafi, the former leader of Libya, was by the National Transitional Council on the 20th of October 2011. The NTC initially claimed that Gaddafi succumbed to injuries sustained in a firefight when loyalist forces attempted to free him. Although a video of his last moments showed rebel fighters dragging Gaddafi out of a drainage pipe, beating him, and one of them sodomizing him with a bayonet before he was shot several times. How would I react to this? Well, I wouldn't be happy. Honestly, drainage pipe, pretty good call, man. Who would even think to look in there? If only you wasn't wearing, bright colored clothes. They might not have spotted you. Hey, look at that giant bright purple turd over there. Oh wait, it's Gaddafi. Getting sodomized, I'm surviving that. It's gonna hurt, but I'm surviving that. Getting shot several times, that's tough. I think I'm no longer with us. Next up, we have this guy who was called John Jacob Astor IV. Now, I know what you're wondering. What's with the fourth? Because this guy was insanely rich, and he was the richest guy to die on the Titanic. So the question is, would I die on the Titanic? I'm gonna be real, I don't think so. I'm sorry, right? I'm pushing in line. We love a good queue. If I'm gonna die being at the end of one, I'm gonna stood in the queue waiting to get on the lifeboat, and you're like, sorry, do you mind if I just go ahead of you? Look, I'm kind of all the way back here. I'm gonna fucking die. The news article posted in the Chicago Record tells of Astor placing his wife onto the final lifeboat and then ordering this guy and his 17-year-old daughter to take the final 2 places before the boat was lowered away. If that was me, excuse me, do you mind if I get? Yeah, my wife's already there. Who are you? Who are you? Just some poor peasant? There's plenty more. There's plenty more. What a good guy. I, however, would have survived. It's light work. The atomic bombing of Nagasaki, however, that is problematic. Not an ideal situation to be in. Imagine you get hit by the bomb, but not the exploded bomb, just the big metal boom. That would hurt more than getting killed in the actual explosion. That'd be terrible. The bomb wouldn't even explode. The cloud would still look like this because it's wintertime and my skin is so dry. Dead skin and straight up into the air. Disgusting. That would probably kill more people than the actual bomb. I'm at least debilitated. Next up, we have the horn dog himself, John F. Kennedy. The F stands for because this guy got active. Very famous video. He got his shit blown smooth off. I think I'd survive. I don't know, actually. Both have kind of big heads. Easy target. You know what I would do? I think light work, bro. We'll just a scratch. We'll be generous. Next up, we got the main man, Mr. Julius Caesar, the original dictator. Julius Caesar, the Roman dictator, was assassinated on the Ides of March, the 15th of March, 44 BC. A group of senators holding a Senate session at the Curia of Pompey, located within the Theater of Pompey in Rome. The conspirators, numbering 60 individuals and led by Marcus Junius Brutus, Gaius Cassius Longinus, and Decimus Junius Brutus Albinus, stabbed Caesar approximately 23 times. I will not be killed by a guy called Decimus Junius Brutus Albinus. And not to get political, but I think Caesar kind of had it coming, for them brutal put-downs and invasions he launched against the Gallic and Celtic people. But we won't get into that. But the question is, could I win a 20v1? You know what Caesar did not have? Boxing lessons. Now, I don't either, but I could take a few. And I'm sure at least 15 of those fucking guys are going down with me. I mean, we're not talking big, strong, healthy guys. These are Romans. These guys eat fish and drink olive oil. I might get knocked out by the smell, but not by one of these fuckers, I eat fake bread and plastic. My diet is far superior to yours, and I'm gonna fucking knock you out. 60 of you? I don't know. Maybe 30. Yeah, but they have knives. So it's just like poor people in London, pretty much. I don't think I'm living. Okay, next up we have Sharon Tate, who was the recipient, is that a right word, of Charles Manson. That crazy guy. Hear me out. I would have survived because I keep all my doors locked. Basically, they just ran her down. If I see 8 people outside my house, I'm just gonna call the police or something. There's no way I'm ever letting anyone in my house. Did they break in or something? Did they break a window? If I'm in my house and I hear a window break, I'm gone. I'm so gone. Grab the cat. Boom. Sonic boom, I'm out of there. I'm sorry, dude. I'm surviving. Next up, we got the main man, Edward II. Legend has it that he was murdered by having a red-hot poker thrust up his ass. For him, this is death. For me, this is Tuesday. This is light work. To be fair, it depends, how much of that is going up there. Is this the guy that was on the toilet? One of the kings was on the toilet and he got a sword up there. If you're on the toilet, I understand how you'd let that happen. You had spicy food the night before. You sat there fucking hell. I'm never having fucking Indian again. Oh my god. Oh. And before you know it, you're just dead. He was in like prison. They had him locked up. Like they just burst in the room. This red hot poker. You're like, oh great, you're gonna like burn my skin. Bend over. Honestly, it's not light work though. It's a long day at the office. I'm going 2-week recovery. Next up, we got the main man, Abraham. He was just shot in the back of the head, wasn't he? Hard to survive that. But it was like 1800. Was it 1865? Let's read about it. On April 14th, 1865, Abraham Lincoln, the 16th, blah, blah, blah. We know who the fuck he is. Was shot at Ford's Theater in Washington, D.C. 1 month into his second term towards the conclusion of the American Civil War. Lincoln was watching the play Our American Cousin with his wife Mary Todd. Who the fuck has a name like Todd and decides they want to keep it? Imagine my name is Lee Todd. Could I survive that? Maybe it's a stretch, right? Saying John F. Kennedy, I would have just... 1965, that bullet's going quick. 1865, that bullet's going like this. They didn't have good weaponry back then. Okay, bringing it back to the modern world, we got the boy, Osama bin Laden. Bit harder to survive a raid from SEAL Team 6. Now, I was gonna say, hey, I'd be fine. I've practiced this scenario in Counter-Strike. So I thought, until I found out that Osama bin Laden actually also played Counter-Strike. Ain't no fucking way I'm surviving this one. I'm sorry. I am no longer with us. Mary Ward. She was an Irish naturalist. I don't know what that means. She was killed when she fell under the wheels of an experimental steam car built by her cousins. She's the first person known to have been killed by a motor vehicle. Now, I'm sorry, I also read that this was due to the vehicle hitting a small pothole. Now, I've had many encounters with potholes. None of them have led to my death. And if I was to get hit by one of them early motor vehicles, I think the motor vehicle would look like this. These things are made of tin. I could fucking ball this thing into a basketball and slam dunk it. Alright, I ain't getting fucking killed by this fucking stupid little Dwinklebot little fucking thing. This thing turned into a transformer. I would beat its ass so badly. I know fat people that could literally eat one of these. This is just another case of light fucking work. Next up, we have John Lennon. He was fucking shot because he's annoying. Is that right? On the night of the 8th of December, 1980, English musician John Lennon, formerly of the Beatles, was shot and fatally wounded in the archway of the Dakota, his residence in Manhattan. If I was this famous, I would have so much security, bro. I'd be so scared all the time. I don't want to get fucking John Lennon. And to get killed by such a performative guy, Chapman, the guy who killed him, planned the murder over several months. Earlier in the day, he'd met Lennon, who signed his copy of the album Double Fantasy. Lennon and his wife Yoko Ono were leaving for a recording session. The guy was inspired by a fictional character, Holden Caulfield, from J.D. Salinger's novel The Catcher in the Rye. And then after he shot him, he was just stood there reading The Catcher in the Rye. So the original performative male, John Lennon. Now, I ain't gonna die to no performative male, at least in England, because they ain't got guns in America. I might be cooked. Honestly, I'm going debilitate. Okay, next up we have Franz Ferdinand. Now maybe it's just hindsight, you know, doing most of the heavy lifting, but I feel like anyone in Europe, specifically the Balkans, around the year 1910, 1912, 1913, 14, around that time, could have very easily told you that as an Austrian-Hungarian nobleman, you shouldn't be messing around in Bosnia or Serbia. Stay away from those two fucking places. But instead, this fucking simple-minded shit takes the slowest car imaginable, the same sort of shit cars from earlier, and drives at 1 mile an hour down a fucking alleyway with a dead end. I'm sorry, buddy, but anyone could have seen that the socio-political situation in Bosnia in the 1910s was a no-go. I would simply not die because I would have the brains to not go meandering through Bosnia. But if I was in the car, oh boy, would I be cooked. Last but not least, we have Rasputin. Now, I think my problem with this video is that I kind of believe I am Rasputin, in that I think I can survive anything, which I can't, and I won't. According to this guy's account, Rasputin was invited into his palace shortly after midnight and ushered into the basement. Yusupov offered tea and cakes which had been laced with cyanide. After initially refusing the cake, Rasputin began to eat them, and to Yusupov's surprise, appeared unaffected by the poison. Rasputin then asked for some more Madeira wine, which had also been poisoned, and drank 3 glasses, which still showed no sign of distress. Around 2:30 a.m., Yusupov used himself to go upstairs, where his fellow conspirators were waiting, took a revolver, then returned to the basement and told Rasputin, "You're fucked, buddy," and lit his ass up. Suddenly, Rasputin leapt up and attacked Yusupov, who freed himself with some effort and fled upstairs. Rasputin followed him into the palace's courtyard, where some other Russian guy killed him. Honestly, he gave a valiant effort, but in the end, he was cooked. Finally, a man who understands that bullets traveling at 10 miles an hour are not that big a threat if you have eyeballs. Unfortunately, he was just simply outdone. I think I would also die. I don't think I'm as goated as him in terms of surviving. I think I'm no longer alive. And there we have it. Beautiful looking sea. 5 people are no longer alive, and 5 people in light work. But if we're being real, it probably looks like this.